Alright, so we got a bonus exhibition here. This time it's going to be Kn0wtruth versus BackslappinU. BackslappinU is kind of coming off a hiatus of sorts. I haven't seen him run in a while, so I'm glad he's chosen the doghouse to make his premiere debut, or re-debut, I should say.
Okay, and this is the thing that I was talking about where, like, oh, if he gets in once, even though Kn0wtruth did a great job of getting away from the initial exchange, got a trap down, but then that one hit happened, and now going to lose Trish immediately and have no meter or no levels for Frank, but going to get a good mix-up on incoming for Virgil. Ends up throwing the zombie and has Hagar set up. Gets pushed out and eats a Hellbreaker. Kn0wtruth knows to invest resources, get rid of this character, doing the slightly more complex combos drops them, but hey, in exhibitions you go for the more complex combos even if they're gonna drop, because sometimes it'll just be hyper. I like the custom colors that you have for those judgment cuts too, because I mean you see those blues and he has that pink cross. Like Muse May Cry's name in the chat. But going in, pushing a lot of buttons against Virgil. It seems like Virgil's situation is resetting a lot, but then Kn0wtruth is managing to reestablish neutral repeatedly until he gets hit by Lariat. This was one of those things trying to get that death by 1,000 cuts, but instead, now Frank manages to get under with a dash crouch light. There's so much meter available here to be able to kill with Virgil height. And with that, looks like my points are at risk here. BackslappinU taking that first game, going up 1-0. Showing that Kn0wtruth needs to play kind of perfect here. You can't just get away for a little bit, get the occasional hits, and then win neutral more. You need to make sure that those neutral wins are converting into dead characters, because BackslappinU putting in pressure with every single member of his team. We only got to really see the Frank and the Hagar there, but he also has lots of work that he could do with them. And really good job by Kn0wtruth protecting his jam session assist, because he had thrown out jam in a range that Hagar wanted to throw the pipe and bless Dante's skull with a bit of brain damage. But now, after all of that time, it's still going to eat a shopping cart. It scales the damage a little bit, but Hagar's a beefy boy. He hits pretty hard. He's going to be able to get a reset with command throw. Kn0wtruth doing a reasonable thing, mashing jam session assist to try and be safe, and blocks the income. Very nice work, knowing when it's going to cross up, gets out safely, maybe able to get a kill here. We're going to see what happens, but being a little bit patient, making sure not to overinvest in situations, because last time a few too many button presses made things not work out in Kn0wtruth's favor. Now, very good job getting the light out that'll trade with it. Should be able to avoid this and kill. Oh no, had the opportunity to kill, but BackslappinU being too greedy hits Dante and calls Lariat. X Factor is available for Kn0wtruth, but entirely out of meter with his version. I recommend going in, and with that teleport, he doesn't have to go in. Frank is going to die here, and Virgil is able to chip out Hagar potentially. In this case, please don't actually fight Hagar. Just like let him do the things he wants to do as he's running away. Put some blades inside him from the opposite side of the screen. Don't actually interact. And Kn0wtruth honorable even when there's a pause. Like, yeah, let's just keep playing. I knew that was a just like accidental button press. It was obviously not intended to make anything drop, and just like playing it out. Nice work to both players being flexible and just doing cool stuff in the exhibition. We're gonna see if this Deadpool gets to put in work, because Zentool's Deadpool was on fire today, but from BackslappinU, we've mainly seen the rest of the characters on his team thus far. We'll see if Deadpool is able to put in the work that his others have, or whether this is going to be the weak link in fighting against the May Cry brothers. Oh god! Cross-up mad wheel is a level of demoralizing, because it means that you wouldn't have even blocked it if you were facing the correct direction, because it's crossing you up, you were crouching. but then you still feel like, dang, I should have done something a little better there. And Deadpool's not able to get back any red life, so that solid Dante play from Kn0wtruth, being clutch at the end, making sure not to overextend, and getting hit on BackslappinU, tying it up 1-1.
Is that really all you got?
We almost saw a pretty sick Deadpool back there, but
It could have
Kn0wtruth keeping cool, calm, and collected there. Very interesting pause, but like you said, it was more likely just an accident. Probably trying to match the super out.
Yeah, and I know that different controller configurations have different ease of pausing, because like some folks on pads have, like, if they try to do the really hard match, their buttons can just shake into it sometimes. But I'm very grateful to not be playing on a janky controller. I used to play on one of the most awful stick types available called the Shadow Blade, and that thing was miserable.
Really?
Do not recommend to anyone. Yeah, it's on the top of the arcade stick. There's an additional button that's used for like shooter games or something, but there's literally a button on top of the arcade stick. Oh, and Great is level 4, and his shopping cart, he's bringing back on point. And
What was that?
Cross up jump medium. The backside of paddle saws has a hitbox just like the front side does. So Frank, even if you're behind him, you are going to get messed up by the stools. Jumping medium is one of the scary versions of that, but I think his quarter circle forward light also has that property of hitting him right in the ground. Not 100% sure. But
Stayed in front.
BackslappinU showing that you can't let any of the characters on his team get momentum. In that long game of attrition that he's doing on the previous run, Archer came out on top, but this is not a long game of attrition. This is someone gets hit and they die. Nice work to BackslappinU, not letting that slowdown from the last game demoralize him at all. Just goes back in, makes sure to make the right decisions, presses advantage when he has it, and manages to take out Kn0wtruth's team.
No, BackslappinU is kind of a monster, man. A lot of people see this team and just see a weird amalgamation of characters, not thinking that the synergy is there, but BackslappinU is showing that he's got the best.
He's definitely a good player with all of his characters. I feel like you haven't really seen it come into play yet, but a lot of people really get blown up by quick word being low, especially how fast it comes out, and when they're afraid of a pipe falling from the sky on them. Oh, didn't kill Haggard, but he is stuck full screen against Trish, and that is not where he wants to be. Great work by Kn0wtruth, knowing when to just wait, make sure that there's not any additional opportunities for things to go wrong. Snaps to make sure that Haggard is less threatening than he otherwise would be, and level 1 Frank is definitely not as scary as a fully leveled up Frank. Look at this lady with her giant sword and her projectiles. Like, right now his 6H is not enough to deal with any of the zoning stuff. Zombies have a decent amount of startup, so they're pretty risky to engage with. These aren't big enough to really engage with her. So, without the levels, this is a much harder matchup for Frank, and it's even harder when dead. But X-Factor 3 and 4 meters are available for... Oh, yes, X-Factor 3 and 4 meters is available for Deadpool. I forgot about that Pixel Haggard for a moment, but looks like Deadpool... just being patient, not going overly aggressive, staying at the opposite side of the screen with some up guns. But he's not paying attention to that rapid slash assist summon. And great job by knowing the trap was about to fire. The increased wind from the hit stun. And great work by him adjusting his combo in the sick way with Trish. Nice work.
Player 1 wins.
Oh, and it looks like Shogun got back. Sweet.
Be gone.
But Kn0wtruth tying this up. It seems like this ended up being an amazing set to bring on. We were so fortunate that BackslappinU's schedule ended up working out with being able to come on and play this great match. Going for that light in order to get the confirm. In this case, Kn0wtruth pushing back towards the corner. Getting a little aggro, but this time he doesn't get lariated in the face. I'm always a little scared when I see that against the Haggard player, because go in and there's a chance for him to hit a button like that. The buttons are very good. They're less good if they are far away from you, so it's often good to just like avoid interacting with this character altogether if you can help it. But No Truth
Oh.
is doing the good thing for viewers, goes in for actually fighting instead of just running away all day. And Frank gets the confirm off of the spinning zombie. That move has so much hit stun. It is beautiful. Not going to get that many levels, just up to 3, which is actually a mixed bag. Like the hitboxes on that vary from 1, 2, 4, and 5. At least he has access to the roll now, invest the X Factor, and has had, bringing back Frank on point. Had the timing to be able to get double jumped out of on, but should be able to just kill off Dante here, and bring this to 3-2 in his favor, as long as this doesn't drop. And congratulations to BackslappinU, as we get to see the slow-mo combo on stream. And with that, there is a dead Dante.
Player 2 wins. Again?
Yeah, for those wondering why the game slows down towards the end, that's me minimizing the game and pulling up the scoreboard. So whenever the game's minimized, it just slows down like that.
That's why you only see it after matches are no longer being played. J-Dog is very judicious about making sure things are going to kill. Oh, no, it's first to 5, BackslappinU. You still have to push a little harder on here. N0wtruth is not going to go down to 3 games. Yeah.
It's just a classic, what are you getting up for?
Yeah. Other people are saying it for N0wtruth, though, because N0wtruth too focused on the match, too in there, not going to get overly into conversation. This time, what is going to get overly into is a pipe to the face and upward TAC. Gets the crossover, pushes Trish back to the corner, is able to get the picture. Only at level 3 right now, but he's going to get level 3 and a kill. Oh, no kill, and Trish manages to get away and shoot. But Spiral Swords is going to get hit on Frank. Good job waiting. Make sure not to go for anything too early. Knows that there will be a reset there. Expects for BackslappinU to go for a TAC break because a lot of people will mash into that context. BackslappinU being reserved, holding back, making sure to not just be a mashy player. A lot of people assume that if someone's playing anything other than top tiers, that they must be mashers, and that's a really bad assumption to make, and you will get punished by players like BackslappinU.
Yo, I want to see some funny face crushers. Can we please see a funny face crusher sometime with that?
Oh, funny face crusher is pretty hype. I think that it's most likely to come up against Trish, but then most of the times that if Frank already has access to it, Trish is probably already dead, you know? Oh no! X Factor got used, and this is why you don't say GG's when the set's not over, because sometimes you're about to get helm breakers. That can be no good. I don't think that N0wtruth actually gets the kill.
Oh wow!
Actually, I don't know. N0wtruth is pretty terrifying. Doesn't get the kill, but does get the pressure and backslap X Factor time. Still has access to Jam Session. Should be able to. Oh, did not get the round for extension Jam Session to get out of there. Should be able to get a chip here. Now this is tied up 3-3.
Player 1 wins.
BackslappinU was ready to ride off into the sunset in victory, but N0wtruth is like, I have my own X Factor to activate. Get ready. I don't think this will shake BackslappinU. He's a player that is good at being clutch in situations that would otherwise be pretty threatening for a lot of people. Like, many folks will get mind broken after they felt up and then they got taken down in a game. But I feel like he's going to take full advantage of the situation. Either kill Trish or get a well-leveled up Frank, or both. And he gets to
that was so good.
It's the
height.
The
height for the TC was so good.
I think that there is a combo that will kill Frank here. I'm not 100% sure. Goes for the reset instead, and make sure to block Larry. It isn't over investing in situations where he shouldn't be hitting buttons. Nice work to N0wtruth. I feel that it's been a lot of adjustment. Great job on that crouch 2M in order to deal with the falling Virgil. That was amazing work by BackslappinU's Frank. even though X Factor is used, there is not any like real anchors on Kn0wtruth's team. Now he needs to run that Dante, but Dante is not going to be able to live through all this damage. Gets the quick work set up to deal with the ground bounce, and Dante pressing some buttons is going to be able to kill off Hagar as an assist. Funny face, you were
Do it again.
for it. No, both of them had opportunities to do cool things and it didn't quite work out. Next job using the airplay to try and set things up. There isn't enough. I'm not sure if the correct thing to do there would have been to try and go forward and deal with it, but now you do not leave Kn0wtruth's Dante alive. He's one of the people who doesn't just play jam sessions, he actually plays Dante. So, I know there aren't that many Dante players, but he's one of the ones who actually does pay attention to how to make the character work. But that killer bee was just out of range. Great footsies by BackslappinU, making sure to confirm as it goes down, and with that, BackslappinU is up to 4-3 and is on set point.
Player 2 wins.
Very close between these.
Yeah, this ended up being a great selection of players to go against each other. Like, both good players who play very differently, and the dynamics of the matchup really exemplify different aspects of their strengths. And it's like seeing lots of good decision making. Oh, got the initial hit for the confirm, but didn't quite turn it into what he wanted. And after all these hits, let's see if Trish is going to be able to turn this into a dead hag. I think that since no bounces were used, spiral swords and just using resources should be enough to get rid of this character, right?
Oh yeah. Whoa! We have one assist.
Should be the one pixel Hagar, and doesn't use the meter. I like that by BackslappinU. A lot of people are going to want to mash those buttons in order to get out. What was that mix-up with flight mode? Oh my gosh. Great work by Kn0wtruth. Hand manages to set up the dry tag knockdown combos into high fire. So randomly hype off. Thanks Kn0wtruth. That was excellent. And now Frank is going to die at level 1, never getting to reach his true potential. Oh, maybe he does get to reach? No, his true potential is death. I'm sorry, Frank. I thought there was a true potential to me, but let's see, or is Deadpool the true potential? Because we know that this is his anchor, he has the tools, he has lots of meter to work with. There's not very much damage yet done, but as soon as he gets the first hit, it's very likely that he gets snowballed. Let's see how BackslappinU approaches being behind. Kn0wtruth seems very willing to take advantage of the fact that there are 50 seconds left on the clock, and from the opposite corner, there may be some bounties, but they're not going to do much, or they won't do the damage as quickly outside of X Factor as is needed to get out of this. And Kn0wtruth scores the hit. Is there going to be an X Factor? Can he just kill without it? And Spiral Sword's activation should be the end of Deadpool. Kn0wtruth ties it up, bringing it to the final game. 4-4. Nice work to both of these players. Kn0wtruth showing why you can't GG him when the match isn't over yet, bringing it to the closest the set could possibly be. But BackslappinU is a powerful player. Let's see how this final match with this activation goes. Kn0wtruth hits with the dive kick. In a lot of situations, he's hit these dive kicks, but has not gotten the confirmation from them into what he likes despite jam sessions there. Good job getting damage without interacting too much, backing up. This time manages to get the dash before the standing heavy, and should be able to go into the Spiral Sword THC. I think should be enough to kill Hagar. Decides not to use the meter, goes back to playing neutral, make sure to not interact. Virgil gets to come in. Oh, UX?
Virgil? I'm not sure. I think he's more focused on getting the levels.
That's a lot of damage. I think there's an ascension afterwards. But no, I do not like the choice to kill the dry tag that he knew was coming. All part of the plan. That's what was on. But it looks like Trish is going to die. Trish is not going to die here. It looks like Kn0wtruth's entire team is intact despite huge risks going on that could have gotten rid of him. Pressing some buttons, goes for mix-ups, and with that, Frank is getting hit. X manages to get back access to his resources. He pulls kills off Frank West, all of his characters, Red Life, that had been bleeding pretty hard, is back to a good situation. Very scary situation. That should kill off Trish, but then what's oh no, it's not gonna kill off Trish! Don't let her live. She, even though you don't see her a ton, it's still not worth letting her live. And investing the meter to chip her out. X Factor is going to be done. This is going to be a fair match in between these players. Oh, a fair match until a Hellbreaker happens. I feel like that's how a lot of games feel. But, using some teleports, but not overcommitting. Brings in Dante, actually. This choice, there's opportunity to build a lot of meter for Virgil, instead of getting into a situation where he needs to play Virgil meterless. Even though Jam Session Assist is amazing, having access to more meter as Virgil is just a great situation to have. And Kn0wtruth made immaculate work of that Devil Trigger. He was able to use it to confirm into a useful situation. He's probably going to be able to kill off a Deadpool meterless? Not quite meterless. But the way that the kill happened means that he's going to be able to run away and use Crystal forever, which is not something Hagar ever wants to see. This situation of just, oh no, don't get that close to Hagar, don't do it, friend! I foresee BackslappinU taking advantage of that, and with that, Dante gets hit, but with no assist, I don't think that Hagar gets the kill here. Has an mix-up in the guns. Rainstorm does it from the top of the screen with no X Factor available. Hagar can just get chipped out by that. Nice work to both players, Kn0wtruth and BackslappinU. Very strong work. BackslappinU took it if it was a first to 3, but this was a first to 5, and Kn0wtruth showing that in a longer set, he just gets stronger and stronger and more clutch. Great work to both players.